Arab Emirates and to its capital, Abu Dhabi. The growth of this city continues its rapid pace and likewise its place on the international sporting scene. Last year saw the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix upgraded to a Grand Slam for its 6th instalment, giving local judo fans even more cause for cheer. This year marks the event's 7th edition, as once again the IPIC arena will play host to top-level judo. The Grand Slam coincides with World Judo Day, and International Judo Federation President Mr. Marius Visa thanked the judo community for its efforts worldwide before settling in to watch the action. With ranking points for Olympic qualification now at a premium, Abu Dhabi saw a huge entry with many of the sport's biggest names in action. With the Olympic Games less than a year away, it is now or never for would-be contenders to make their moves and assert their dominance on the tatami. We start with home talent. At under 81 kilograms, Toma would be representing the United Arab Emirates. Over the past few years, he has become a hero to the IPIC arena and started out in search of gold this year in typical fashion. Once again, home advantage played right into Toma's hands as he upped his game to easily make the final. But his opponent there would be little-known Bulgarian youngster Ivanov, who has been receiving support from the IJF to help his judo dreams come true. Kim of Korea, the Olympic champion, faced him in round 3 and looked comfortable after taking a Wazari lead. But Ivanov showed just how dangerous judo can be when he scored a powerful Wazari of his own in the dying seconds of the contest, securing a pin in the aftermath to defeat Kim and announce his arrival on the world stage. Sokonyai of Hungary was his next victim. Snappy Osoto, seeing him off before a clever Uchimata sidestep against Russia's Magomedov, saw Ivanov into the final against Toma. The youngster was having the day of his life, but how would he fare against the home hero Toma on his turf? Well, Toma has home support. Here it is. They know that he's going to be representing at the Olympic Games. Toma, so consistent in the category. This man here, though, Ivanov, having the tournament of his life. Absolute brilliance throughout the day. Toma, I think, will be a little bit too experienced, but Ivanov, non-stop! Oh, look at that! That was nearly a score. Sat him down on his backside. It was nearly there, that Uranagi. And Toma has to be careful. Full commitment. Ivanov just going for the big one. So now he's well down, Toma. Ivanov all over him. Oh, that's got to be a score. Wazari scored there for that Sianagi right the way between the legs. And he went forward, didn't he, Toma? And he paid the price there. Ivanov gets the turn and he takes him onto his side for the Wazari. So Ivanov, who's been on top the whole way through the contest, is now well ahead with the Wazari. Into the last minute, Toma comes forwards. Ivanov, can he keep his cool? He's still going to be looking for the big one. Toma gets a score, does he? Sumagaeshi there on the edge from Toma. Well, I thought it was a score. It started in. Yes, he gets the Wazari. So it's a Wazari each. He's still losing. Toma is still losing. Now Ivanov got to hold on. Well, this is where experience tells. But Ivanov not giving up. Oh, Sumagaeshi. Wazari Wazeti upon. And that was amazing. To take Toma out at any time, but on home soil, is absolutely amazing. But the run through that he's had, and he never gave up. He was going for the Ippon all the way. Ivanov, who's supported by the IJF, has come through here in Abu Dhabi, and he's won the gold medal, and he's won it in style.
I'm thankful for the support of the IJF. It is very important for me to be able to participate here for Olympic qualification. With continued support, I hope I can be there and even get a medal, which is my dream.
It's my dream.
Moving across to the female weights at under 48 kilograms, it was Russia's Dolgova topping the podium. She defeated Turkey's Sahin in the final with predatory groundwork skills, seizing her opportunity in a flash to pounce onto her opponent's arm and ultimately secure a submission with a Jujigatami armbar. The win moved Dolgova all the way from 12 to 4 on the world rankings. The under 52 kilograms saw another step in double world champion Kelmendi's comeback from injury. The Kosovan athlete was in Paris a fortnight ago, resuming where she left off by winning gold. Unbeaten in over 2 years, in Abu Dhabi things look to be heading the same way. After elimination victories against Shop of Switzerland and Pinkowska of Poland, against whom Kelmendi showed off great groundwork skills with this Jujigatami. But there are no immortals in the sport of judo, and against Brazil's world number 4 Miranda, Kelmendi went down a wazari. She was then caught in a strangle from which there was no escape but to submit and concede the bout. Kelmendi finally defeated. She would have to fight for bronze. Against Germany's Prix, she made sure there would be no further defeat to blemish her record, as she eased out a tactical win to take home a consolation prize in the bronze medal. It would be Frances Urani in the final against Miranda, looking to continue her incredible comeback to top flight judo after a 7-year break, as she took to the tatami in the final with her young family watching from home. 7 years out, Urani, and she doesn't look like it because she is really taking the fight to Miranda. Miranda literally can't get to grips with her. Oh, she's made a mistake! And that is all over! The 33-year-old is back, and back at her very best. That was amazing. And here she is, winning the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. Look at that Osoto there on Miranda. Miranda couldn't stop it. And it was Miranda who took out the 2-time world champion Kelmendi. And, well, she couldn't do anything about that. 2 Grand Slam wins in the last year. And she is back at her very best. After collecting her gold medal, Urani spoke to us about being a world-class athlete and a mother at the same time.
It's great. Before, my whole life was about judo, so I thought only about that. Now I have my family and my children. I thought of them before my final and I made a sign for them at the end. It's different, but what's important is it gives me motivation. They love seeing me on TV, so I want to do well. At the same time, it helps me put things into perspective in tough times. I say to myself, it's not so bad, I have my little family. So, it's a positive thing. It helps me a lot.
At under 57 kilograms, it was Kim Jan-di of Korea who took the 500 ranking points on offer for first place after she defeated Lian of Chinese Taipei in the final. A gritty contest was decided on penalty points in favour of Kim, who thanks to the win moved up to world number 8. At under 70 kilograms, the final was contested between the world number 1 Polling of the Netherlands and world number 3 Vargas Koch of Germany. There would be a surprise in store as Vargas Koch pulled off a fantastic win thanks to an opportune strangle which forced Polling to submit. A great result for the German, who now moves up to world number 2. At under 78 kilograms, the issue of Dutch Olympic selection was high on the agenda, as world number 6 Verkerk defeated compatriot Stoenhuis, the world number 5, to reach the final. Stoenhuis recovered from the disappointment when she contested the bronze medal. This perfectly executed Oguruma gave her the medal and put the pressure on Verkerk, for whom only gold against Aguirre in the final would be enough for her to leapfrog Stoenhuis in the rankings. The match itself would see two former world champions going at it, and after the full allotted contest time of 4 minutes had come and gone, there was still no way to separate the two. So it would be in golden score, judo's version of sudden death, that the match would be decided. Well, into golden score, and I can tell you now that Agbegnenu is struggling here a little bit. Verkerk starting to climb on top. And you can see there the look on her face. Oh, she made a mistake. Oh, I think she has. Verkerk's round the neck. Now she just needs to get the hips forwards. It's Ippon. And she has to submit. And Agbegnenu definitely made a mistake there. And this is going to put Verkerk ahead of Stonehouse, her teammate, who she goes ahead in the world rankings because of this gold medal. And you can see there that the shimiwaza was on, and that was a mistake from Agbegnenu. Agbegnenu kept her neck up, and this puts Verkerk one step ahead of Stonehouse in their Olympic selections. The heaviest female weight category, the over 78 kilograms, was taken by Ma of China, after she defeated Sevelkoes of the Netherlands in the final. In the men's under 60 kilogram category, it was Georgia's Papinashvili who received the gold medal from IJF president Mr. Marius Visa. The Georgian was in fine form throughout the day and was throwing big on his route to the final. This superb Sodisura Komigoshi against Oslo of Turkey at the semi-final stage was what booked his place in the final in style. The world number 11 was looking good in Abu Dhabi. His opponent in the final was the ever-improving Mongolian youngster Senda Chur. After winning a silver medal here at the Junior World Championships last week, Senda Chur was well acclimatised to the IPIC arena, and his dynamic style saw him pass some tough opposition, including world silver medalist Abreyev of Kazakhstan, who he defeated with this Kouchigari. There's no doubting Senda Chur has a bright future, but in Abu Dhabi he wasn't quite ready for Papinashvili, as this unorthodox Wazari would be enough to give the Georgian his first World Tour gold for over a year. The win moved him up to world number 5 in the rankings. The surprise package at the World Championships in Astana were Korea's male team, for whom an impressive medal haul, which included 2 golds, was collected by a squad of young stars who are hitting form just in time. The judo world now waits to see if their emergence will continue on track ahead of next year's Olympic Games. 2 of those youngsters would be in action here in Abu Dhabi. First up at under 66 kilograms was the new reigning world champion, Anne Baul. Anne's victory in Astana was a real surprise, and after the elation of being crowned world champion, this event would be his first outing with a freshly painted target on his back. He started well, a pin seeing him past Brazil's Pinheiro. He was then in a throwing mood as he took out Kazakh Smagolov with 2 Wazari scores. Next up was Russia's European champion Khan Magomedov, for whom Anne had his wonderful dropping shoulder throw in store to score Ippon and keep his momentum going. In weight was another Russian, this time none other than Olympic champion at under 60 kilograms, Galstian. As yet, Galstian hasn't hit the mark at the heavier weight category, but in Abu Dhabi that looked to be changing. 2 huge Osodagari attacks both scored upon for the Russian, before Zumakanov of Kazakhstan became his victim on the ground thanks to this arm lock. After defeating Uzbekistan's Soborov, Galstian's showdown with Anne was set. The final would be tactical, with Anne emerging victorious thanks to penalty points, giving Korea's men their first gold of the event. A relieved Anne has now proved he was no fluke in Astana, as he now is the man to beat in the category.
This was my first competition back after winning the World Championships. I was very nervous and felt under a lot of pressure, but I tried to do everything I've been practicing, and the result came out good in the end.
Next up for Korea at under 73 kilograms was An Chang-grim. The bronze medalist from Astana never fails to excite with his throwing skills, and in Abu Dhabi he once again took the opportunity to shine. A stunning Tayatoshi against the world number 2 Muki saw An through to the final, where he would come face to face with Germany's Wandka. Would An make it 2 golds for Korea's men? This brilliant youngster coming out here now, An Chang-grim and Wandka, on great form. Both of them have had a great run through to this final. Holding left, but he can change direction. There he goes. Sianagi, Wandka has to do a Barani out of it. Brilliant change of direction there from the Korean. And this really is a fantastic Korean team starting to evolve here. There's the left Sianagi. Kouchi! Oh! What drive he had for that Kouchi. That was brilliant. He really directed off the back foot there. He had lapel and sleeve, and he really pulls the sleeve in, and he directs with that direction hand. What an ippon, and what a Korean team starting to develop coming up to the Olympic Games. And rounding up a great event for Korea's men was one of their old guard, Kim Sung-min, who refused to be eclipsed by his young teammates. In the final, he defeated Kamo of the Ukraine to earn a well-deserved gold. A fantastic performance from Korea in Abu Dhabi. One of the favourites for gold at under 90 kilograms was triple world champion Iliadis of Greece. But the man on display in Abu Dhabi was not the Iliadis of old, and the Greek's breathtaking throwing power was noticeably absent. Still, it was a testament to his strength that he made it through to the semi-final, where Van ter Ende of the Netherlands was his opponent. The Dutchman would be a bridge too far, and after an all-out war, Iliadis was penalised for negativity, suffering defeat as Van ter Ende progressed to the final. Fighting off for the bronze medal against Sweden's Nyman, there was a glimpse of the Iliadis loved by judo fans worldwide. But once again, negativity from the Greek cost him dear, as a 4th penalty for stepping out of the contest area meant he was disqualified and would go home with nothing. Mongolia's Hagva Seren would be Van ter Ende's opponent in the final. He had the support of all his teammates as he looked to continue his impressive results of the last few months. After a fierce battle, the scores were even, entering the last 40 seconds of the contest. Hagva Seren just going forwards all the time, but so is Van ter Ende, and that normally means something's going to happen. Oh, what a Sianagi there. Hagva Seren disappeared underneath, and, well, Van ter Ende couldn't do anything about it. And what a team this Mongolian team is there. They're all behind each other, men and women, and they're just supporting each other in training and in competition. And look at the Sianagi, look at the drive he gets there, and he just places Van ter Ende onto his back. And the Mongolians have 2 brilliant youngsters, Sendature under 60s, Hagva Seren really starting to establish himself in the category, first in Ulaanbaatar, 3rd in Paris, and now 1st here. Wow, the Olympic Games is looking good for him.
I was happy to win the Genghis Khan Grand Prix and a bronze in Paris. And now I have my first Grand Slam gold in Abu Dhabi. The reason I'm getting stronger is that Mongolian judo is getting stronger, thanks to our federation and to many supporters back home.
Warming up the crowd at under 100 kilograms was Belgian's Nikiforov. who won bronze with a jaw-dropping Koso Tagaki Ippon against Italy's De Guida. Contesting the main event would be Olympic champion Kubelev, after the Russian seemed to have found his form in Abu Dhabi, looking especially dangerous on the ground as he defeated world silver medalist Prix of Germany to progress to the semi-finals, where De Guida also fell prey to the Russians' effective pinning skills. World champion Kapelic was Kubelev's opponent in the final. The Czech is likewise a force to be reckoned with on the ground, as Korea's Cho found out when he was overpowered and caught in a pin. Good friends off the tatami, Kubelev and Kapelic would nevertheless give no quarter in the final. It was Kubelev who would ultimately end victorious. A driving shoulder throw to score a yuko, which would separate the two fighters at the end of the contest. And after the final buzzer had sounded, the respect between the two was clear to see.
My opponent to final, Lucas Karbalik, good man, is my friend, and we every time speak after competition before. But he very strong. I lost to Chelyabinsk, and today revanche.
In the women's under 63 kilos category, France's Agbegnenu has been dethroned as the queen of the category. In Astana, she took on Tresenyak of Slovenia in the final as she attempted to defend her world title, suffering a resounding defeat as Tresenyak finished a year of unparalleled success by becoming world champion. Two weeks ago, as Agbegnenu convalesced, the Slovenian added yet another goal to her medal tally in Paris, moving over 1,000 ranking points clear of Agbegnenu as world number one. Here in Abu Dhabi, Agbegnenu was back in action and looking to send a message to the absent Tresenyak that she would not give up the category without a fight. And the throw of the tournament against Austria's Drexler sent just that message. A truly enormous switching hip throw. In her next contest against Gerbi, the former rival to the top spot, it was an Uranagi Wazari which saw her through to the final. Agbegnenu was looking unstoppable. Standing between her and the gold was Germany's Tridos. Mr. Marius Visa looking on, enjoying this final. Agbegnenu pushing hard to try and get a number one spot in the world back. Tresenyak well ahead on points though. Left to left, and that normally means one's gonna go. Ow! Agbegnenu! She was straight in for the Soto Makakomi there. She had a cross grip, had to go in straight away, and Tridos couldn't do anything to stop it. She knew what she wanted. The arm was across, and there it is. Soto Makakomi. Tridos just resists a little bit, but that just stiffens her up a little bit. Over she goes for the Ippon, and Agbegnenu is back on top. And she has definitely sent a clear message to Tresenyak. I'm not giving this up easily. So that's it from this Abu Dhabi Grand Slam. A new star emerged. Defeat for Kalmendi opened the door for Urani. Korea's youngsters continue to impress, as do Mongolia's. And Agbegnenu showed that the battle for the under 63 kilogram crown isn't done yet. Join us next from Qingdao, China for the opening Grand Prix on the Asian Tour.